Hi, I'm Jesus, and this video is going to be on investing in IEM Katowice 2019 stickers. Obviously, the sticker sale is on, things are 70 to 75% off, and it's the time to buy. Now, the point of this video isn't to specify which items you should buy and how many of them. The aim is to tell you why I'm investing in certain types of items and not others. And don't get me wrong, you will get to see exactly what I'm buying, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't invest in items that I'm investing in either, but there's going to be a lot of good stickers that I won't be investing in, and you'll probably get better returns by using some of the principles I'm going to talk about in this video to try and pick some of them out and diversify what you're investing in. So anyway, with that nerdy sounding spiel out of the way, let's make things a bit more interesting. So we're going to start by talking about the stuff that I think is dog shit and you should avoid at all costs. Firstly, don't buy regular team stickers for any team that isn't extremely popular. And just to be clear, when I say extremely popular, what I'm referring to are the teams in green here, with a couple of borderline cases in yellow. Basically, teams with impressive legacies and filled with famous players. Other teams are almost never worth investing in. And that may sound counterintuitive. After all, a lot of these teams have got listed here in red, either new squads that have attracted quite a lot of attention, or teams that might never see a sticker again, or teams with a very cool logo. But in my experience, they're almost never good investments. No matter how good they might look on paper, they almost always bomb in practice. So my advice, stay away from them. Secondly, don't buy any sticker that's being hyped. So don't buy the Dick sticker, don't buy the Furia Holo, don't buy any regular team sticker that people seem to be going nuts about, because these will invariably fail as an investment. So don't get run over by the hype train. Finally, avoid holo and foil capsules. Long story short, they've been pretty slow investments at the last few majors, despite relatively small numbers of them being bought up, and they just don't do that well anymore. I think the market is a bit oversaturated, and particularly considering these don't have a very nice looking set of holos and foils, my advice is to give these a miss. So that leaves us with several areas that, in my opinion, are good to invest in. So there's autograph capsules, popular team stickers, holos and foils that aren't too hyped, and autographs that aren't too hyped. And there's also graffitis, although in my experience those always do worse than the equivalent team sticker, so don't worry about these. And I'll start with autograph capsules. Now, I did a lengthy video outlining why I'm in favour of investing in these. And I won't go over the points again, but basically, there hasn't been a major so far where autograph capsules haven't been fairly good investments, both in their current form and before this when they were packaged differently, and I think this trend is going to continue with this major. However, I do think it will take some months before these autograph capsules start showing results, and this is why. So, one of the basic tricks used to figure out whether or not it's a good idea to invest in something is to compare the amount listed on the Steam Community Market to the amount of an equivalent item listed on the Steam Community Market at the end of the sticker sale of a past major. Essentially, what this allows us to do is to see whether more or less people have invested in the item this time around, and then, based on the item's performance at that past major, you can guess whether it's going to do well or not at this major. Having more stuff listed at the current major is generally bad, having less stuff listed is generally good. And if you look at the numbers I've got up here, what you'll notice is that the listings for the Katowice capsules are already closing in on the final number of listings for London, and given we've got several days of sticker sale left to go at this point, I think we're going to comfortably overtake these numbers. And I don't think this will completely ruin these capsules as investments, but I think it will slow down how quickly they go up in price. I think we'll be waiting a couple of months before they start going up, so I'm going to invest quite lightly in these. I'm going to go for the two capsules with the smallest number of listings, so the minor challenges and returning challenges. I'm going to get 100 of each, so $70 in my currency, and I'm also going to stick them on the market for 51 cents a pop, just to free up some space in my inventory. Next up are the team stickers. Now, I've already shown you which stickers you should avoid at all costs. Now I'm going to look at the green and yellow stickers to see whether any could be worth investing in, and typically, a good sticker investment here requires two things. Firstly, it needs to look good, and secondly, there needs to be a mismatch between the amount of a sticker that's been invested in and the amount of demand for them that there is, which typically occurs when a team has a disappointing performance at the major and then bounces back. Now, unfortunately for these stickers, I think they all look like shit. However, I am still going to buy a few stickers from the teams that have big fan bases but have also had disappointing ends to their major runs, and I think in these cases there still could be enough of a mismatch between supply and demand for me to still make a profit. So I'm going to buy 20 Cloud9, 20 FaZe and 20 Na'Vi stickers, so $21 all up in my currency, a pretty light investment. I'm not too hot on these, and also if you're wondering why I'm not considering ENTs, I think there's going to be a mad hype train around them, particularly after the grand finals, and I think that could be fairly bad for them as investments unless they go on a tournament winning spree after the major, which is not to play down what they achieved here, it's just personally I don't think they're great investments. So make up your own mind though, this is just a judgment call. So this brings us to holos and foils, or at least holos and foils that aren't hyped, but don't be thinking that hype has nothing to do with this. It actually has everything to do with this. Basically, when I invest in holos and foils, I do it based on one simple little trick. If there's a particularly hyped sticker in a capsule, it tends to push down the price of everything else in the capsule because people go and unbox vast quantities of it trying to get that one expensive sticker, leading to a lot of other cheap stickers from failed unboxing attempts flooding the market. Once the hype sticker cools off though, this process reverses itself. Suddenly, people aren't opening the capsule as much, and there isn't this flood of cheap stickers from failed capsule openings onto the market. So suddenly, there's more demand than there is supply at these lower prices, and therefore the price goes back up. So the way to make money out of this is really simple. Buy up a bunch of cheap stickers from capsules with a crazily hyped and overpriced sticker. What would that be? Oh, that's right, the Furia Holo. So I've literally just gone in and bought a bunch of cheap holos and a bunch of cheap foils from the capsule that the Furia Holo is from. I feel pretty confident that they can't go any lower even if they don't go back up, but all in all I think it's a fairly safe investment, although I did keep the total number of each type of sticker fairly low because with the London stickers I had trouble selling them, some months after the event, so that's something to keep in mind. Don't buy hundreds of these. And that brings us to our final area, player autographs, and with these, there's kind of an art to investing in them. Basically, the trick to making money is picking out players that you feel have underperformed at the major, but may have some strong performances as the year goes on. And it can definitely help if they're young up-and-comers, but they don't have to be either. And this kind of relies on gut feeling. Heresy, I know, but if you're doing things moderately competently, you're not really likely to lose any money. Unless you're investing in something with particularly inflated prices, it's hard for them to fall. Personally, I like to keep things to ordinary autographs and foils rather than golds, but feel free to experiment with investing in golds if you want. It's just not what I'm going to do on this particular occasion, and these were the stickers I went with. Obviously, there's a lot of players you could have gone with. Some of these are going to do better than others, but overall, I'm hoping this will turn a profit. So that's it for my investments, although I did buy some ZywOo autographs as well, so I guess you could add that to the list. But before I finish, I should emphasize again, this isn't some exclusive list of the only stickers I think will make you a profit. It's just a list of the ones that I personally decided to invest in this major and why. And what I hope is that I've managed to make the concepts behind why I've invested in these stickers relatively clear to help you make up your own mind about which items you think are the best to invest in. And if you've got questions about something more specific, because I did keep things pretty simple in this video, leave them in the comments and hopefully I'll be able to help. But do make sure it's specific, because it's actually very hard for me to give you some sort of meaningful answer if the question is just, what should I invest in? It's not that I'm begrudging you asking that question, it's just, it is very vague, and because of that, it's very hard to help. Anyway, happy investing, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Jesus. See ya.